G'day time, my Fuzzyites, and welcome to a special video. We will be playing through 3 Donkey Kong games, starting with Donkey Kong. All the games are involved with Arcade Archives, which is, I guess, a brand that takes old arcade games, puts them on different consoles, and gives you as original a version as you can get without literally playing on the arcade, I believe. So first off, we're starting with Donkey Kong. Next we have Donkey Kong Jr. and then Donkey Kong 3. Oddly enough for the Donkey Kong series. There is a Donkey Kong 2, which always throws me off, but that was only a, I think, Game & Watch game. And I don't have that. Maybe in the future. But either way, we're going to be playing through Arcade Archives, Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3. Starting with this video, if you're on YouTube, it's going to just be this video of me playing Donkey Kong. Oddly enough, I didn't know this, but we have apparently 3 versions here. The early version online, the early version original mode, the later version original mode, and then the international version original mode. I have no idea what this means. But yeah, so this is Donkey Kong. I think we'll spend 20 minutes about on each version. So an hour each game and whatnot. So the controls, you have the A button or ZL to jump. All the other buttons are unused. Add credits with L. Start with R. Directional to move. Jumpman. Simple enough. Yeah, Donkey Kong I have some, have had some time with. I think it is a nice, fun game. Very simplistic. It sounds different. Very lucky. One thing I will say is I've only ever really played the NES version, or whatever version they use in the Donkey Kong 64. And also there was the newer Donkey Kong for Game Boy, that had you going through the original 4 levels and whatnot. So yeah, but on the NES version, as I said, I played that one. You don't get this level for some reason. Which is weird. I guess, arcade can have more, but that's why we're playing Arcade Archive, the Arcade Archive version, in order to see how as original as it was without me going to a actual arcade. I would love to at one point, if possible or not, I would love one time to go to an actual arcade, and just spend a day playing all the different versions of all the arcade versions there. Because there are so many interesting games that were made for the arcade and whatnot. And the one thing that's a major shame is there's not a real lot of ways to play old arcade games, right? We have Arcade Archive, which is good. Glad there is a source for it. Fire, can you go down? Thank you. Should have waited. But yeah, like I said, the arcade's always interesting. Love seeing what they've done. But there's not a lot of ways to actually play. Being on an arcade cabinet, it is hard to get the legit copy of anything, because either, you know, through time, the arcade machines are just gone, through natural means, or upgrading. I believe the original Donkey Kong arcade machine, they did something where you could just take that arcade machine and upgrade it to whatever other version of Donkey Kong Jr., or Donkey Kong 3 they had. Ugh. That's tough. Or 3 they had. And so the older Donkey Kong games... Oh, it's just a left, huh? Kind of, you know, faded out. Probably. As well as, like, the sad thing is nowadays, with, like, video games and whatnot, arcade machines, while there are still a lot out there, they are a lot less... Rub. No, don't register online. You know, like I said, they get a lot less likely to find them out in the wild, and whatnot. But like I said, I would love to go to an arcade machine, an arcade place with a lot of the old retro original arcades and see how I do, or just test them out. Because like one thing I like to do on my channel, is play the older games and see the evolution of whatever concept or whatever series or thing like that. Because it's interesting to see, like just for instance, you have Donkey Kong. You have Donkey Kong, the arcade machine, which was the first edition, or not the edition, but it was the first showing of Donkey Kong. This is where his character originated. And then, questionably as well, possibly Jumpman. Yeah, that just makes sense. I'm not doing good now. Because, what was I going with this? Yeah, because, arcade machines, difference. Yeah. So you have, like, this is a version, this is where Donkey Kong got to start, and questionably Mario as well. Because I don't know if Nintendo ever actually confirmed, yes, Jumpman is Mario. It's Mario, Jumpman, Mario. I need to be better. I can do better. Or if it's like, no, it's not truly Mario. Maybe I should look that up. Because that was Mario, Jumpman, Mario, but who knows if that actually means anything. But anyways... Now, see, first time I went through this was like a cakewalk. Now, either I'm being too lazy, laxed, or just plain shit. I am very lucky. Very lucky again. But yeah, so you have Donkey Kong in this game, for instance. This is where you got to start. And then there's the newest game in the Donkey Kong series, being Donkey Kong Bonanza. And of course, if you compare the two of them, they are very much different, right? This game being there's only 4 screens to go through, getting to the top over and over again. And Donkey Kong Bonanza is... Shit. It's not shit. It's a more open world... I wouldn't say open world. It's a more free flow terrain destruction game where you go around, you break the ground around you, you use items, you break things, you solve whatever has to do in the land and play it and get to the end, basically. Just go. Too soon. Too soon. And so it's interesting to see how they evolve. Because even, like, today we'll see. We have Donkey Kong, which is Jumpman going after Donkey Kong. And then we have Donkey Kong Jr., which Jumpman has captured Donkey Kong. I wasn't fast enough. And so Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong's child, has to go and save him from a cage. Which, similar thing, you go to the top, and whatnot. And then you have Donkey Kong 3, which has the protagonist change up to be Stanley, who's working in a greenhouse. Really? You shit? I do at least want to get to the top at least once. I do want to get to the top at least once in this version. A pause for the cause. Welcome. Oh no, this is different, haha. Yeah, always trying to do something different. There are a lot of games to play. Love going through the older games to see how they were and see how they evolve over time. I am good. We'll see how I end this. Because arcade games... I didn't get points for that. Arcade games are notoriously difficult. There we go. How are you? Pause for the cause. And yeah, so it's always interesting because, like I said, 3 has you playing as Stanley in a greenhouse, and you are just trying to get Donkey Kong out of your greenhouse to the top of the screen in order to save your plants from Donkey Kong, who angered bees, I believe, if I remember correctly. It's weird. But yeah. But again, always interesting to see this. And then later on, we get the Donkey Kong Country games, which were side-scrolling adventure, where you also included Diddy Kong. Unfortunate name. As you went through actual levels to try and stop King K. Rool. Then Donkey Kong 64 after that, and I'm probably missing games in between each other. I know I definitely am. There are so many games. Donkey Kong Hockey, for example, which was in the Game & Watch, where it's just hockey between Donkey Kong and Mario. Pause for God. Just waking up. You're welcome. And it's either, you just call me Pause. Will do, Pause. Will do. Hope you enjoy the clanky sounds. You little shit. Have ever seen the YouTube documentary about beating the unbeatable level in the original Donkey Kong? I have not. Is that similar to like the Pac-Man end death screen? Where after a while... Don't be too high! After a while, Pac-Man just kind of breaks. There are actually a few games like that. I think Duck Hunt also had a thing like that. if you went for too long, the ducks would go way too fast. Level 99, I think? Freaking course. I think this level here is the hardest level, at least for me. Because those things are slightly unpredictable. Which always makes it interesting and fun. Oh. Yeah, it was based on the code repeating, and you had to beat the first level in 9 seconds or something like that. And there was a way to warp through a ladder to hit it. Then the next few levels are normal again. Oh, jeez. I gotta watch more. This is gonna hit me as... Ooh. Go, go, go! Should not have gone. Gosh darn it. Yeah. I'll have to check that out. Because it's always interesting to see how, old games functioned with having an end, or either deliberately having something that's like, yeah, no, you're not getting past this. Or if just the code breaks like Pac-Man. Piz. Nope. We're going... Oh, that's what happened. I was combining pink and fuzzy. But yeah. Always interesting to go back to these old games and see how they were, if they were any good or not, and what not. And like I said, one thing I love playing older games, but the one thing that sucks is a lot of older games are... A lot of the older games are just not available a lot of the time. And sometimes I get it. Like, the arcade games... That's tough to, that can be oh no, not tough. That's not kind of tough to convert over. I don't think. It's hardware, right? I guess no, because you can also get just arcade mats and consoles. You love the room that I am in? Thank you. Years and years of work and being broke. Constantly. But I have a lot of games to play when all the internet goes down. Don't come down. Yeah, now's my chance. But yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I love playing old games. It sucks that a lot of times some of them are just not available anymore for a variety of reasons. Either the publisher went out of business, it was hard to port over, or just no one really cared. Which I think is always the saddest part. When there's a game in a series, people don't care about it, and it just dissipates into the winds. Which luckily with Nintendo, they are pretty good at getting a lot of their games out there again. Like we have Arcade Archives that has this. And they, yeah. Even if, and now we have the, like, the Nintendo Online, fucking fire, online, which also stores a lot of the older games as well, like NES and SNES, for a new generation to play as long as I get Nintendo Online. Alright. We're getting to the top of this at least once, and then I'll call it for this version. We'll see if I do. Because I want to see how this version, the later version, and the international version change. You know? Oh, that was too high. Love fall damage. Alright. We're going to do one more attempt, and then I'll just move on, because like I said, I'm going to spend an hour on each game. I did that backwards. My mind is very good today, apparently. Yeah. Pause. The older TV shows are not streamed or available because of unique royalty situations. They can't imagine the future like this. Maybe it's the same for games. Yeah, I think TV shows are even in a wilder place. Because back in the day, especially if you go very, very old, some TV shows were only ever put on TV. And I'm sure there's a case of, like, old TV shows. They never got a... Of course it does. They were never put on even the oldest versions of, you know, home video. I don't think VHS was the oldest, but I might be right in that it is. Which for people who don't know, it was just a giant thing. Wild to go back to and see that stuff. That's the past, that's our progression. Even wilder is going back to like Laserdisc, which I didn't even know about, I think, until I watched a TV show that actually talked about Laserdisc. There it is. There's my shot. And then, yeah, there's even some shows that didn't do so well, so they never got a release. Shows and TV shows and movies and whatnot. They never got a re-release, and whatnot. And it's very weird. And, like, games are in a lot of the same, are in the same case sometimes. Because, like I said, sometimes the people who make the game go out of business, take the IP with them, and like no one can touch it because they're not selling it. I know there's a few companies who have been bought up by bigger companies like Microsoft, Sony, and whatnot, who just Capcom, I think, if I'm not thinking it was just Sony, are a big one on that too, where they've bought whole catalogs of games, and they're just sitting on it. And especially, like, the further back you go, the harder it is to find actual copies, because who knows how much damage is done to them. And whatnot, right? Go, 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 go! Yes! And so, like, some games we'll never actually see again because they sold poorly and just fade into obscurity because no one cared about them. Oh, I forgot my purse. Hold on. There we go. Ah. Yeah, that's right. You be intimidated. Oh, I need to get my sun hat. Oh. I can't let this go. And now multiple people are going to be down there. Go up, go up, go up. Oh, know what I can do? I can do it. Oh no! Oh, what fresh hell is that? Why are they all up there? There's my chance. Yes! Alright. 25 minutes to beat the original version. First try. First try, no deaths. Alright. Back to title screen. Yes. Later version. Let's see if anything changes up with how it goes. Similar for so far. And yeah, one thing, like I said, the one thing with Nintendo, they do whatever they do and whatnot. That's a lot of times they do bring a lot of games back. That sounds more like it. This seems like there's a lot more barrels. Am I wrong about that? Am I just imagining things? Jump! Jump, man! Jump! I get the name now. Yeah, so one thing Nintendo did that I like and yet hate at the same time, they're bringing back the Virtual Boy for the Virtual Console, which I love. I don't know if you've ever looked up Virtual Boys, but they cost a lot. I think it was a couple $100 for a Virtual Boy. Keep forgetting Start isn't Start because it just brings you to the menu, which is good. They're bringing out all 14 games, which is good. I actually have one game for the Virtual Boy. Don't own the Virtual Boy. That being Mario Tennis. Don't even know if it works, but I own it. The one thing I don't like about them doing the Virtual Boy is that, oh, sheep. Of course I jumped too soon. One thing I don't like about the Virtual Boy, what they're doing with the Virtual Boy, is that it is becoming... You need to buy the actual, like, Virtual Boy replica in order to play it, which I think is so stupid. Like, you should not... And I don't even know how much it is, but it's probably going to be around $100. Wait for my chance. Ah, come on. So freaking tough. But yeah, so you have to actually buy the Virtual Boy thing in order to actually play the Virtual Boy, I think. Hopefully I'm wrong, I heard it wrong, and that's, shoot, not how it's going to go. Don't come down, don't come down, don't come down. But the one thing I hope they do soon, And if they're doing the Virtual Boy, I'm surprised that they haven't done the Game & Watch games first for that. Because Game & Watch is Nintendo's original handheld devices, where each Game & Watch game was its own singular game. It would be basically like buying a... what's the nearest thing to us? Nintendo 3DS, and only ever being able to play, like, New Super Mario Bros. On that one 3DS. And then you have to buy a whole new 3DS if you want to play, like, what other games came out for the 3DS? I don't know, Steel Diver. Interesting concept. I don't know. Oh, frack. And like, I love the Game & Watch. It's such a unique system. I hope they bring it back. One thing I wish they either they bring it to the shoot. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Yeah, I'll have to look up what at one point I'll have to look up what differences are actually between each version. Because it definitely seems like the barrels are a little tougher and whatnot in the first level. I haven't seen much difference in the other levels unless it's I don't know what I did. Let's go back here just to make sure I'm in the right game mode. But yeah. Pause, you're following. You're 40, your gaming star with the Atari. Yeah. Another interesting series, which does have some collections out there. And they even have the Atari Mini. Always interesting. Like I said, and that's even interesting, because that's even more, like, rudimentary than this, which arcades weren't really rudimentary, but you know what I mean. But they still did a lot with what they did. Like, I think Frogger got their start on the Atari, or else it was arcade and then ported to it. Frogger 2 comes to mind. Maybe I'm wrong on all this account. But yeah, I'm 30. I am 30. And like, I got my start with the NES, SNES, and whatnot, and Nintendo 64. But like, love looking back at the older systems and whatnot. Especially, yeah, I'm guessing the whole game was made a little bit tougher, because those came out quickly. So that might be the only real change, is its difficulty. Now, I gotta be careful not going up here when Donkey Kong is there, which is why you saw me hesitate. Because I'm pretty sure he does grab you and toss you to the side, which he'll do anytime you go up to him in this game, as a real gorilla would. I actually, now that I think about it, I think I have the Atari version of Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., as well as the ColecoVision, which I didn't even really know about that being a thing, of Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. as well. Don't know if they work, because, oh! Meow, meow, meow. Because, like, I don't have the systems. I know where I have a store around me that has them, but they sell them for, like, over $100. So, well, one day I'll probably buy it. You know, right now, my main focus is, I've said it many times, buying a car. The car's coming in, so I'm trying to save as much money so that I can pay as much as I can up front so it doesn't cost me so much over the coming months. Ooh. I wanna hurry. Uh-oh. Oh no! I think that stays though. I think anything you've taken out stays. No, probably not. Alright. Hey boss, good luck. I'll leave lurking. You got ready for your day. I'll check in later. Alright, always good to have you, Pause. Come back or watch the video on YouTube, or any video, because I go over a lot of the older games if you're interested in that. Ah! I panicked. I should have jumped over it, but I panicked. Take care, Pause. Just gotta get good RNG. Yes. Yes! Alright. No, we beat it. Let's move on to the international version. Nintendo of America. Yeah, I'm not seeing much of a difference. I will look it up to see if it's like points or whatnot. But also, you know, I keep resetting the game after the win there. But this is one of those games, and what a lot of arcade games used to be, it's all, if you don't know, it's all score-based. So you have, like, the score in the top corner. Your goal, as ever, in a lot of these games, is to just get a high score. That's it. And so after you beat the final area, boss, whatever, it usually sends you back to the first area. Usually making it a little tougher. That was stupid of me. Oh! No. This seems to be the same quickness as the later version. $300 for jumping 2 at once. No. That hesitation. Yeah. No, jump! Jump, you fool! The third level's missing. They took the third level out of the international version. I just realized that. I thought that change of taking out the... Oh, you also only get... Oh. 3... That's interesting. No! Why? So that's interesting. Because I always thought that was for the NES release, where, they took it out because of hardware issues and whatnot. I think I even talked about that during the beginning of my video. That's weird. So they took, in the international release, the arcade, they took out 75. Level 75 meters. And in the NES version, they took out 50 meters, I'm pretty sure. No, hold on. They took out both levels. What? That is wild. There's no way this actually happened. Did they just rearrange the levels, maybe? Like, there's no way internationally it was just 2 levels. No way! So yeah, so it gets tougher and tougher. Alright. Manual. Saves. Do you have differences in here? 3 kinds of jumps. Yeah. Distance equal to steel human beams. Altitude is possible to jump the height of 2 beams. Same head as jump man. How to play in order to way to her within the time limit, obstacles, ladders, climbing, saga. I was say jumping over the bolts. Adding score. Jumping over barrels earns you points. Crushing barrels with a hammer earns you points. After reaching lady, you earn points equal to what was left. There's more points. Okay, so this version allows a variety of tricks. Don't know what that means. I don't think it's going to elaborate either. Donkey Kong International version. The stage structure in this version differs from the Japanese version. That's weird. Complete stage earned 5 minutes without using saves. Figured but you're not able to use the turbo function. Okay. Hamster. That is very weird. They took out 2 stages. This is why I like playing these old games, because I did not know that. Alright. And then caravan mode. You know what? Caravan mode is where you complete for a score earned in 5-minute period without saving. The button and configure the original for original mode. You do not be able to use the turbo function. Screen filter, size, display are settings. The default. No, I just want to go back to the game. Why aren't you letting me go back to the game? So if you pause... Okay, so that's a glitch. If you pause, you can't actually get out of it. Like, this is interesting, having caravan mode, which is just kind of a speedrun mode to see how many points you can get. I should have jumped. We'll probably do this and then call it, as we've seen everything we need to see here. I'll look up the actual differences, because I'm sure somewhere has compiled them. He's a love hater. I have no idea what that is. Mush? I always thought it was porridge or something like that. Because it's just weird. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, 60,000 is the top. No. Oh. You cannot pause. You cannot pause or else it completely shuts down. That's great. Great, great, great. Yeah. Oh, fucking course it does. Why me? Yeah. The running sound is different, 100%. Oh, you tricky, tricky sneaker. Sneaking around at the speed of sound. Should have just did a standard standing jump. Oh yeah, I guess that's it. You only have however many lives. So it wasn't me pressing start, it was I ran out of lives. Which is neat. A neat thing to do. Yeah. I do like how the game talked about the differences, kind of. I wish it would have just explained them better. Yeah, that one's always weird. I always saw it as like a tank. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a sun hat. Oh. Why is the fire up here? 70 meters. Now I actually want to play the legit arcade machines to see how different they actually are. Because it's so weird seeing the international version with only 2 levels. Because like I said, I know they took out one of the levels. That's too high. Getting too cocky. I'm getting better every day. How the heck do you get 60,000? Excuse me. Come on. Grab it. Oh, why are they all... Fucking course I fall. Why were they all up there? This game, and a lot of the games like this, rely so heavily on RNG to do good, depending on where ghosts spawn in. Not ghosts, like where the roaming fire ghosts spawn in. That's a better way to put it. And whatnot. Shit. And I fall. Oh well. I think that's going to do it for this one. Not even on the board. Can you all do better? Got my own better high score. I'm just gonna have the music play in the background as I do some stuff. I really want to look up the differences. Cement factory. Oh. What do you want, Salem? I'm trying to find the differences. I can't really find a good thing to show the differences, because when I ask, maybe Reddit will know. Oh, here we go. 8 versions. Yeah, the walking sound is different. Yeah, I'm not finding any other differences. So we're going to move on to the other game, so I will be right back. Thank you, my brothers, for watching. If you're on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. That'll be the end of the YouTube video. For those watching on Twitch, I'm just going to switch over to Donkey Kong Jr., so I'll be back in a little bit. Be right back.